Hi everyone, my name is Miranda, and today I am doing an update on weeks 3 and 4 on Trikafta. If you missed my first update, I did an update on a little bit about what Trikafta is, gave details about how I have cystic fibrosis, and that's why I'm on Trikafta, and gave an update on weeks 1 and 2 and how honestly amazing I have been doing. So today I'm going to start with letting you know how weeks 3 and 4 went. So, it's been great, to say the least. I have continued to just improve, and I'll go over more details, but just in general, I am so thankful for Trikafta and all that it's been doing for me. There's been some little hoops and ups and downs, of course, but overall, honestly, it has been pretty amazing. So let's just get started. So I ended the video last week explaining about the swelling that I had in my feet and my legs and my thighs, and by weeks 3 it went away. It was gone. I was back to my normal self, which was great. There was no changes that needed to be made, and it was clear that my lungs, my heart, and like my kidneys were all and my liver were all functioning how they should be, which was awesome, because that was the scare, was that I would possibly have to get off Trikafta if there was a problem causing the swelling. I really think it was just my body trying to regulate, and it did, which is fantastic. So my swelling was gone. I was still improving. I was rarely ever coughing, which was great. If I did, I coughed a tiny bit, and I coughed up some really thin mucus out of my lungs, and again, it was still easy to get out, which was awesome. I had so little production, so little cough that I work with my dad, he is the owner of the business I work for, and he would make jokes going, "Is Miranda here today? I haven't heard her cough yet," because you just didn't know I was there by my cough anymore. Something that my identity was connected to my whole life, at least the past few years, all of a sudden had stopped, which again, was fantastic. I will probably say the words great, fantastic, wonderful, awesome, exciting, a lot of times, because that's honestly how I have felt since being on Trikafta. So I, during by day 20, it was Christmas Eve, and I woke up that day with like lots of stuffiness, sinus pressure, just some drainage, which wasn't because I was sick, but it was because my sinuses were draining. And that is something that has still gone on for me in some aspect. Some days it's worse, some days it's less, but I think I just had more in my sinuses than I really realized that needed to get out. And so that was happening, and I was extremely, extremely bloated still. I think my digestive system was so out of whack originally, and so just like functioning not right, that it had a lot of fixing to be done to it. And excuse me, that's just something that continued for a long time. I was bloated and bloated and bloated and bloated, and it still comes and goes. But yeah, very bloated. I felt like I was huge and pregnant because I was just so bloated, and it just was really uncomfortable. The same thing on Christmas morning. I woke up, I still had some drainage. I was pretty tired these 2 days, but it's interesting because how I used to use the word tired and exhausted, I truly was tired and extremely exhausted. But at this point, weeks, 3 into weeks 4, I was tired because a lot was happening in my body, but I had at the same time so much energy. And I know that sounds weird, but I think it was because I was able to do things that used to be difficult for me, or that were harder than I really realized they were until they weren't hard anymore. Like getting up, playing, running up and down the stairs, playing with our toddler. Those things weren't hard anymore. And so I felt like I had lots of energy because I wasn't struggling to breathe and to, just like keep up, even though my body was tired, because again, so much was still happening and changing in my lungs, in my entire body. But I felt energetic even though I was tired, which I'll take that any day. I no longer used my inhaler throughout the day unless I was taking my morning and my night dose of my inhaled medications, just because in that way, it helps to open up my airways to get the most effect from the medications I was still taking. But otherwise, I wasn't using my inhaler as like a rescue inhaler or because I was short of breath anymore at all. I'm still not, which is amazing, which is great, because I was using it in that way multiple times a day. On that note, I know a lot of people that are on Trikafta or are going to be starting Trikafta have asked, are you still taking your meds, And yes, I am. I have not currently changed any of my medications, except sometimes I will take 1 or 2 less digestive enzymes when I eat because I'm trying to see if that will help. I'm going to ask my doctor when I go see them in about a week-ish, if I should be doing that, if I shouldn't, what their suggestion is, just because my digestion is so wacky right now, like I said, with the extreme bloat. So that is a question I'm going to ask. Total side note, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, you will notice that I look different. My background looks different. That I will in my next video, because I had already filmed this video and my next video, and then I realized when I was editing this one that the sound was really funky and I couldn't use it. So I will look different in my next video because this is taken after the fact. Just so you know, random disclosure if you're confused. So I had to totally redo this video. So anyway, back to it. So when I see my doctor, I will get more information on that and what they suggest, but I have not changed my medications. I'm not stopping medications because I'm on Trikafta. Am I feeling better? Absolutely. Do I hope that maybe eventually I will be able to? Yes, but without my doctor telling me to take away, I'm not going to, besides, like I said, those few enzymes with my meals and snacks. I have adjusted. Has it helped? I'm not sure. I really don't know yet. So, I am really hungry. That has started in week 4. I was so hungry. I would eat an entire meal, like an entire dinner, and 5 minutes later, I would feel like I haven't eaten in like 3 hours. So I am eating so many calories. I have been eating so many calories, which is great because I need to continue to gain weight. I believe the water weight has gone away, which I'm very thankful for, and so I can actually track now how much weight I really have gained, and I still have gained over 10 pounds, which I'm like so thankful for. So yeah, I am just so hungry. I am snacking as like all the time, eating as much as I possibly can, and I'm not planning to stop anytime soon because I need this weight. So that's where we're at with that, which is great. Another thing I've been experiencing is being really, really thirsty, and I know that with Trikafta, we should be drinking lots of water, and so I really have been trying to do that, but I also been really tired, and so I've at least had like 1, maybe 2 coffees a day. I usually have at least a coffee a day on most days, but I feel like I've been drinking like 2, and so I think I'm letting that replace my water intake, which obviously isn't good. So I have been so thirsty, and so I've just been really drinking tons and tons of water, and also hoping that helps me feel a little more full, because it's really frustrating when you eat a ton of food, like a lot of food, you guys, and then you're hungry again, and I'm like, I just ate. What is happening? I'm thankful because my appetite has been very bad. And so when you're trying to gain weight and you have bad appetite, it's really frustrating. So I'm thankful, very thankful for the big appetite, but also I'm like, oh my gosh, will I ever be full? So I think that really are my updates for you for weeks 3 and 4. Overall, like I said, it's been going great. I'm feeling so good, just like so much energy. And like I said, I'm just realizing how much I was struggling and how much I wasn't able to do and how tired I was and how hard it was to breathe and how much I was coughing because I'm not doing those things anymore. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who has been just so encouraging and excited for me and supporting me and praying for me and loving on me during this. I know you guys have prayed for me for my entire life, a lot of you, and just have always been checking in and seeing how I'm doing, giving me love, giving me grace, and all of those things. And I'm so excited that you guys are able to be with me on this, because so many of you are, and so many of you are so involved in asking how I'm doing. And every time I see you, how you doing, Miranda? And it's just been really cool to see just the support and the love that I've gotten through this. And to be experiencing all this with you guys. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to share, because there are so many of you who have prayed for me and been a part of mine and my family's lives since I was 4 and diagnosed with this. And to see all of this, all the hard work of the doctors and the prayers and the research and the medication, and just to see it all come to fruition, like all of this stuff that is happening. And again, like I've said, I know it's not a cure, but is it life-changing? Absolutely, for so many people. And so I'm so thankful you guys are a part of this. And again, that's why I want to share with you, because there are so many of you who want to check in on me, who have checked in on me. And I feel like this is just the best way to share when I can't share everything in person. So thank you for watching and for being with me on this crazy journey. And yeah, thank you. So subscribe if you would like to see my next update. Go back and watch video 1 if you haven't already. It's a lot more informational if you're kind of like, okay, what's happening? You know, who are you? Why is this so great? What were you like before? What's Trikafta? Go watch video 1. And again, I'll link links to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation to learn more about CF. And I hope to chat with you soon. Thank you.